Okay, good afternoon. So, um, yeah, today I'm gonna continue with this stream that I've had for, or this topic that I've been streaming for quite a bit in the past months about this kind of website for expressing my interests. Um, ooh. So I've since last time I've added a bit of color here. Um, like make these boxes on the left and right, these nodes, to have this outline, so it's kind of like easier to notice like where these colors come from. And yeah, I think it's more clearer now. It's a bit more, yeah. I also made this like option to have these colors in this kind of like rainbow order. um, there's a bit of a trade-off here. I think like it makes it harder to, because these colors, if you look at the project nodes here, it means kind of like that the colors that come to these project nodes, they are more often closer to each other, so it's harder to distinguish between the colors. But on the other hand, I think it makes it nicer to look at, like this kind of like bit of like a harmonic color progression. Um, yeah, I think it's better. Um, but yeah, let's. So today, what I gonna want to do. Um, yeah, that's maybe issue if you go like to, if you have a like thin browser. Mm, then these nodes, they get kind of like compacted like this, so you cannot see these edges or these lines that are connecting. Okay, I'm gonna check something. Just gonna check some stuff up. Okay. Yeah. What was I thinking? Yeah. I kind of want to have make this so that these titles here would go on multiple rows. If it gets too narrow, I think I could set some kind of limit there. Because now, because of the restrictions, these project nodes, they kind of like stay a bit too large. And it could also help to make, because now I have like a separate mobile interface. So the mobile interface, it yeah, it kind of like if you click on something here, it pops the text below here, but I think I would kind of like it to show up in here as well, like in the actual area. Maybe I could ask like if this is sensible. Yeah, maybe this zooming requirement. I wonder if that's a bit like tricky. So let's see what Claude thinks about it. I think the problem is gonna be that there's gonna be like they're gonna be very crowded, like this. I wonder why I have this kind of like empty space on the left and right. I shouldn't have like. But this is basically like the mobile UI now, but it's just that like on mobile it opens the stuff below here. Okay, let's see what it has to say. Okay. Reading long text by zooming is only pleasant if the text reflows to the screen's width. I don't really understand this. Text column scales up as an image line link. I don't know if that's such a big issue. Does it text fit? I think this could be pretty cool, but on the other hand, it would be kind of like nice if there was like no separate thing for the mobile. Auto fits its text column to screen width. Hmm. 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 So I must. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this. So I wonder if I could make this into a. Okay, I think we are in for quite a long wait here. So I'm wondering if there's something else I could do in the meantime. I could start doing these. Let's see what this thing. Yeah, I'm also wondering, should I really give it? Like I've been a little bit hesitant. Maybe I'm like overly cautious about like giving it like actual right to run R scripts. Yeah, maybe I'm just like worried that if there's something that kind of like destroys everything. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if like I tried to ask about like sandboxing R scripts, and it was pretty like you cannot really control like you cannot have the R script only, or you cannot command like the Claude to have the R script only consider like some folders or something like that. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to explain, but so yeah, I kind of want to get this like most of this text behind this kind of like article form. Also, like one thing that I haven't learned yet is how do I move between here these I'm gonna actually try to Google it. Okay, I had it here actually. So I have here the, let's see, I'm gonna put it over here for now. So this is kind of like if I open this article, it's gonna open like this in here. So I'd like to make this kind of thing for other ones as well. There's actually like I want to try something out because I have these nodes here. I wonder if I get in trouble with this naming convention. Like for example here I have this 204.3. So let's say I make we're gonna save this. So it's gonna be 204.3.qmd. So like this. So and this was about polarization. So like that. So I'm gonna run this again. So I'm gonna like want to see if it has at least it finds the article. Yeah, it works fine. So there's no sorry. So there's no issue with like this having these dots or points in the file name. That's cool. So let's start doing some actual like we kind of like want to move this stuff away. So I kind of like want to have like the kind of like the initial text to be like maybe a paragraph or two. So at least so that they don't take like all of they don't take out all the space in one page and stuff like that. So for example, here I'm just gonna like move a lot of this stuff. So yeah, maybe one annoyance that there is with this kind of like approach for having abstracts and then full articles is that there might be repetition, especially because like for example this is maybe now the well I have some more text somewhere, but like this, if this is kind of like the full length of the article that I'm making, so maybe this is like too small, like and then it might be because I don't know, like if this is kind of like the top part here is kind of like a nice, would be like the nice part to have in the article, then the next part is it kind of like continues the same thing. So like this is all like okay, this goes into more detail now. This goes into more detail. This goes into more detail. So I wonder. So I kind of want to remove this stuff here, like this, and I'm gonna put it in here into this article. But I also want to have this because if the user only reads like this part, like if they land on this page that I have here on the left, or like that's gonna be the article, so they're gonna like want to have this thing as well. So I just wonder how stupid it would it feel to have this. So just gonna run this now and see how I feel about it. So now this should be oh yeah, can I do it like this? Yeah, I think I forgot to Yeah, I forgot to press this right QMD. Yeah, the one thing that I also a little bit worried about is that am I gonna like at some point, I think I've done it before, that I'm gonna like accidentally like delete part of this stuff. So this now reads like this. So now there's this repetition. It seems a bit stupid. So I wonder if I could find a way around this. Huh. So I wonder if you could do it so that like if you if you if you open it here, you would get this, but or could I make some kind of could I change this? Could I have some kind of like injection here that it's gonna it is gonna like scrape the description file and just place the abstract here. I could also just like have different wording for, so I should change the, I just could also just like have different wording, but I don't want to. I think that's a bit of like that's a bit like extra work to do, I feel. I don't know what this is. So I still haven't figured out, like, I know that there's like one more. Okay, now you can see like there's this clickable file. So if I'm in this view, like it's not, I don't know, like I'm here. I don't know, maybe I just like complain. Like, and there's like I know there's like another like text editor here in the right. How do I get there? So what do you even call this? Yeah, I'm just gonna try Google now. So control and page down. Where's my like page down button? No, if that's working. Hmm. So, okay, we're ready here. So, I think I'm gonna focus on this thing now. Um, mm, mhm. So let's see. Okay, there's some issue. I had this kind of error at some point, and it was like, I remember it was just like very tricky to get rid of. Okay, at least we're opening this one. But what about the other app? Okay, I think we're fine. So I don't know if this does anything, and yeah, I might do something else next than doing this mobile stuff, because this I think the tricky about this mobile stuff is that I don't know if I can really test it so well on the positron. It's better to do on the on a browser. So I'm just like trying out some stuff here. And like even on, why can't I close this? Even on like mobile or like this browser, it's a bit tricky. So um, yeah, I want this to work better on like having those titles on multiple rows. So if I go like this, so could I ask like if um, mm, okay, let's see. I have here like the column spacing. Uh, so mm, column spacing. Um, I wonder if this is with also with like do those teams. I think this concerns each one of those. Yeah, it's kind of like a design question now. Narrow header bar layout. What's this? So I think yeah. So it might be that it's kind of like a difference between this and the inline mode, that it's just not like being applied here. Each column vertically, so there's no need to compress. So this might be like some kind of like um, wrap and the cover with other species. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I could take some time to think about this thing again. Like, I could also just make a question about like how would Claude handle it. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 uh, okay, there's some issue here. I don't know. I don't know if this is just about is this just uh, no, maybe it was just like, yeah, there's some annoyances with like when you're editing these nodes, or you have the nodes open and then you scroll up and down, there's some, okay, there's sometimes, no, if I can replicate it, and it's kind of like a minor thing, I feel. I also like, I wonder if this should have like more height, this, and I wouldn't mind if it, yeah, maybe this is like one thing, like it's kind of like hard to, how do I get to scroll down, up and down on there, like it's just like uh, mm, yeah, it's like here, like I cannot scroll upwards for some reason, and because the scroll is, it's kind of like the locked in on a specific column, like I would have to be able to close this. Yeah, I can close it from here, but that's not very like convenient. Okay, remember like what did I ask to do? Okay, yeah, this was about like having to okay, let's try. I should actually maybe try this on the, okay, this, okay, yeah, now there's some kind of like, again we are like hitting like some kind of wall here on like it won't go below 400 or something like 350, and I'm not quite sure why. um, so there should be, okay, now it's kind of like, it's kind of like wider, can make these a bit smaller. So how do they handle this? It goes a bit like it goes a bit too much on top of those like chevrons. Uh, so can I lower this now? We have here. I wonder why. I think this might have to do with some kind of like hierarchy. So let's save this one. Oh, let's try actually, because we have this mobile preview, but yeah, it doesn't really. Yeah, I think it call out that it doesn't really work anymore. Okay, there should be some slider somewhere. Okay, it's here. Max project with before title. I don't know how the auto works. Like, I think, like in general, the issues here are that there's like so much some kind of like legacy settings on some limits or stuff like that. Okay, there's something here. Goal cap. Oh yeah, there's something like this here. Um, I don't really get this. Oh yeah, so it's the width, like it's from center to center or something like that. Um, Column spacing. Hmm. Yeah, I kind of like thought that this would be what's actually control like the distance from here to here like this. So if this was 0, then they would touch. I think that would make a lot more sense, but let's see if there's some issue with that approach or not. Yeah, center to center. Okay. Yeah, I think this should be now like 0, this minimum. Uh, I would also like kind of want to have like there's this like the padding. It should be dependent on the browser width. Okay, let's try this. Okay. So yeah. But it doesn't go to 0. Oh, this might be that if I make this, yeah, now yeah, it's kind of like it's using the because there's like extra space, so it's using that. But I could have like a so this would be like a minimum of 50 or something like that. So what are we gonna yeah, and we could set like the I wonder if this could be just such set like based on the I'm not sure like if I should be working on like pixels. I think I should rather be working on like the screen width, the browser width. So if these were like percentages of the browser width, I think that could make it easier. But we could still like have like pixels for all the fonts. Or they could be a little bit dependent on the browser. Not sure. Yeah, we're gonna like have to keep this project width pretty high because of the now these are so let's look at this extra space. So we don't want so much of it to go to column spacing, we want more on this one and this one, and the rest will be on the it gets pretty convoluted. I think like here I would also like want this to be like if there's like this should depend a bit on the screen width, like what's like a good distribution here. So I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna try the published app now. Oh, it looks weird. I wonder why it looks like that. Do we look like in here? Or like this looks pretty okay. So why is I wonder if the published publish app like or does it have to do with like this? It shouldn't have to do with this because I'm not like giving it yeah, I'm just gonna run this again and I'm gonna so what do you call this? I think that's some kind of issue there. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around. So what's on the other hand, this if I have it on, if I move away from these pixels, It might make some things a bit trickier. I didn't save it like 200. Save. I think I did all this. So let's try again. Like like there's no other like oh no, I just forgot to press publish. Yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, this looks fine. It's a bit like maybe it's a bit jarring to have like different height of project nodes, but maybe it's fine. I think that might be like a good. Or are there actually different height? Yeah, there's like a smaller height here. I wonder why this is like why is this like smaller height than this? Is it because there's like two of these going around instead of just like one one it's only like one team that's linked to it. Might be something like that. Yeah. So yeah, let's go into this. I'm gonna go check this on the browser. If I make this bigger, yeah, that's pretty cool. Just gonna try and make this. Let's I think I should also yeah, this is like one thing that I want to see. I don't want these titles to go across these chevrons. So what's this? Yeah. This might your other preview. Mirror screen column gap. I don't think it's just about like column gaps. Um, um, but I'm not like totally sure if it's necessary, because if I have like well, like 50 pixels is quite a little. I think there's more of an issue that in mobile screen is very high, so there's a lot of like unused stuff. I don't know if I want that, because it's just like it brings so much more, just make it so much harder to do all the stuff. I think like one thing that I would want to have is um I think it would be like some kind of yeah, about this, like, okay, let's bring this one back. Like there's this extra space thing here. Like how much of the extra width would go to this padding? Yeah. Yeah, I could actually have the, let's have the and we could also have it for, should we, yeah, we could also have it for what's this so column gap and nodes, so this could be like nodes but we could have like on the same time so I could call this like additional slider, because I think it better understands that the old ones should remain. So it's node padding. I should also maybe ask, because there's so much of this like layout sliders now. I should maybe ask it to, I don't know, reorganize this somehow, because it, I don't know, it's just like a bit too much. Oh yeah, I also forgot that I want to show that issue with the nodes. I'm just like trying out this mobile, so I'm just like making this very narrow. Kind of want to see how it handles the. Yeah, I think it works pretty well, as long as the zooming. I think maybe I'm a bit worried about like, because there's this some kind of there's some kind of trade-off with pinch zooming, and I'm not sure like if it works so well on mobile. And yeah, I'll just have to publish the whole thing to kind of see where we are at on that. Yeah, maybe I should try. I should also have like multiple tabs for this, but I'm not sure what would be the like. One could be for all kind of like font sizes. Yeah, there's like so many font sizes, and but then it goes to heights. Yeah, so the mobile ones should just be, they don't do anything now. Let's be like hidden or something. These what was this one? Fit no text to screen. Oh yeah, this was something that I hadn't tried. Fit no text to screen with on open. This might have to do with like oh okay, it does this kind of thing, so it kind of like zooms in on that node. But I kind of hope that this would only be on mobile. But this could be handy. This could be like pretty cool. Maybe if it didn't zoom like all the way, if it zoom like because now it doesn't like really give like any of this connection, but if it zoom like something like here, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure like if I want that, because it's like, I think if the pinch zooming works, it's like super easy to do. I don't know, like how would this what's the issue here? Maybe we could try some of this. So if this is kind of like the minimum, It's like 50. Okay, higher risk change. I should just give you the R script rights, because it's complaining all the time about like not having access to R. Yeah, it would make a lot of things easier. I think it. Yeah, maybe at some point I also like, would it make sense to, yeah, this is sense to have this have this kind of like whole project in JavaScript after all. So the browser is wider than the content. This I don't know if it, maybe it didn't kind of like understand data space becomes, yeah. This is, yeah, it's just, I hope that this is what I assume it to be. Like, I didn't really, yeah, I could have read that thing there. I don't know if something could be done like here with this like this project node heights because it's a lot easier to click if they are taller. So I don't know, like what's the, like this one here, it's so tall, and here even if it has like okay, it has like three, just like to figure out like, okay, and this has also like three things coming into it, so I'm just like trying to figure out like why is this so much taller than this one. And did I have I think I have yeah, I have a project height. So is this like what does it control? It doesn't really do anything. I think this is one of those cases where it's a bit like there's something that's kind of like overpowering it. At least in this case, might be a bit different if you have like a very tall browser. Okay. Yeah, it's taking quite a long time with this one. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty close to my Claude session limit. Also, I think that's gonna be where we stop if we're gonna hit that. Just that I don't want to play around too much over here where I think these the oh yeah, this is one thing that I want to do. I think I had it written. Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna put this. So let's have here. So these are the ones that we haven't done yet. Okay. Yeah, that was a long one. Let's see what we got here. So we get the narrow screen. So I'm gonna try this. How much? This should be actually like narrow browsers, I think. Okay, I'm gonna test first, like if I just put this. It just might be that we didn't really apply stuff here. But yeah, here's like the issue that like I would want this to on mobile. I would want it to use more of this like vertical space that there is. So that's kind of a that's like an issue. Let's look at those. Are these like the old ones or? Yeah, there's a different for like narrow screen multipliers somewhere. Okay, here. It could be. I could have like a node height multiplier here. Or like it's more like a node title. Like here, for example, this I'm gonna just send this. What did I call it? Narrow. So I'm gonna do that. So let's try. Yeah, again, there's like so much no text padding. Oh, it should be like actually. Where's the oh, it's actually the bit is Narrow vertical gap multiplier. Blah. So let's just I'm gonna go just do this now and think about that later if I actually want any change there. What's this? Oh yes, well. No, I think that went kind of like fast through to 7%. Okay. So we might not get this this calculation ready here. Okay. I think after this I'm just gonna try and maybe publish the site. I want to try the actual like mobile usability with these new settings, because it's so like, I don't know, it's so hard to, it's so different like having it on this like browser Windows. There might be something that we are missing here. Well, let's see if we are still getting this one. I think it might. I'm wondering about these session limits, that it might be like it went from 93 to 100 like super fast. So I wonder if it kind of like it hasn't used it yet, but it kind of like reserves the 7% for to finishing the prompt that I'm currently doing, so that the user knows that that they cannot like input any other prompts after that or something like that. Yeah, I'm just like thinking because it's been working for so long after this one was kind of like done. Okay. Notice single box. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, let's try this. So we have this one. Okay, this is the wrong one. So we're gonna check the layout, extra width on description padding. Yeah, that seems to work. And I'm gonna lower the, does it be, yeah, here I'm gonna lower this like in general. I think this should be like pretty low, like what feels comfortable on a mobile. Yeah, something like that. And then we have if you then go like wider like this, you can have a bit. That might be. Oh, why does? Also, it doesn't seem to. It should have like the padding on the. I think, yeah, I think the, yeah, it's a bit weird. But yeah, that might be like too much already. Yeah, something like that. So where are we putting this? It could be a bit more in here. Yeah, let's try something like that, and just gonna publish and see how it looks on the. It might be just a bit too much on these. So this would be now like quite like a standard way to use this. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and put a little bit less on there. And let's see if I want to play around a bit with those. This should be a bit less. This could be a bit more. Yeah, something like that. And the rest goes to these empty areas around. So yeah, let's look at those. Where do I have those? Like narrow. Okay, here. So it was something like 700 limit, 700 pixels. So I think we are below that now. So this would make the it doesn't do anything. Node width. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. But are we still like? Is this to still like to? Yeah, it doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, it might be that like over here it's just like okay, if you do that, know if this is really doing anything. Huh. So this should put those caps to 0. Huh. I don't know if anything does anything over here. I don't think there's any effect. Huh. But it might be the the actual is it if it's the actual screen size and not the window size. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna check that later, but I don't think that's like too big of an issue now. I'm gonna go 45. Just taking a look. Yeah, that might be a bit too little. Yeah, let's go to 50. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end here for now. I'm gonna do some like mobile tests. Yeah, the Claude is out for now, so oh, I was okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, I was. It seems that I was using some. Maybe I was using some tokens instead of like this when I hit the limit. I think that's might be what happened because I had some tokens to use. Okay.